I think you both know it's pretty important to me. It's about participatory budgeting. So, Councilmember Levin, last year you allocated $1 million of your discretionary funding for participatory budgeting. You've stated that you would like to repeat the process again this year. Were you happy with the outcome of the first round, and what would you plan to do differently the next time? And to Mr. Pierson, would you allocate money for participatory budgeting? And if so, what might you do differently from Mr. Levin? That's 45 seconds.
Thank you, Lacey. I think that participatory budgeting last year was a tremendous success. In fact, ended up allocating more than $1 million of capital funding because there were of the five winners, we allocated an additional funding for the sixth place finisher. It was a tremendous success. Over 2,600 people participated throughout the 33rd district. I think this year we're going to do better in terms of outreach and getting more people to participate. I want to make sure that in particular schools and school communities that are not as privileged as some others have a greater participation rate, and making sure that schools like PS 380, PS 16, PS 133, PS 38 get more involved in the participatory budgeting process. But I think that we're going to be able to achieve that. We've actually already started this year here in August for the vote that's going to be happening in April.
Participatory budgeting is a great idea. It takes our government in a great direction, and I would absolutely do it all 4 years as a councilman. I'm glad that Councilman Levin changed his mind and supported it the second year that he could after declining to do so the first year. And I won't merely use it, I will be a leader on it. While all the projects that came out of this were worthwhile, our poorest voices, people living in Bedford Gardens, Independence Towers, Gowanus Wyckoff houses, are not going to be heard as participatory budgeting currently stands. We need to actively involve them. All the winning projects win because they coalesce around social media and email, things that people in Independence Towers don't quite have the access to. So there's a great group called Community Voices Heard that empowers these populations, and I would absolutely bring them into the participatory budgeting process.